Hi, this is David at Mash IT, and tonight we're going to be unboxing and taking a quick look round the new X1 Carbon Gen 9. This is the 2020 model of the X1 Carbon, and I've been looking forward to this one. This is a redesign of the X1 Carbon with a new twin fan system and the heat venting out the back. Now, I've always loved ThinkPads, and I've always wanted an X1 Carbon, but I don't like the heat pumping out the side. So hopefully this is going to be the laptop for me, and this is, a laptop I'm hoping to make my main everyday sort of work laptop. So in here we have got a USB-C power brick. It's nice and compact. Okay, so it's a 65 watt USB-C charger and a UK plug. Bit of foam. Tiny little laptop. Got some warranty information, and that is it. Quite a bare bones experience. It's not even a nice box like you used to get with the X1 series of laptops. Quite disappointing. Right, considering this is about 1,500 in the UK, that's a bit of a disappointing unboxing experience. Guess this is a business class laptop. Now, I've opted for the 1200p model, so it's the lower resolution version, but this will offer better battery life, and I don't find that 4K is necessary on a 14-inch laptop. I think 1200p would be a good resolution for this size. Now, this has got the nice soft touch finish. If you get the 4K, you get the carbon fibre weave, but we've just got the standard soft touch fingerprint magnet finish. We've got the ThinkPad X1 logo, and the little eye normally lights up, we'll check that in a bit, and a little Lenovo logo on this side. Let's have a quick look at the ports that we've got. On the left side, we've got two Thunderbolt 4 ports, looks like a charging indicator, a USB port and an HDMI port. I'll spin it round. On the right side, we've got a headset jack, a USB port and a lock slot. On the front, you can see just the noise cancelling microphones, nothing else. And on the rear, and nothing on the rear. On the bottom, we've got two downward firing speakers and a venting system for the new twin fans. Let's take a look inside. Right. So the power button is now at the top right hand side, and it also doubles as a fingerprint reader, which is why they put a sticker over the top to show you. We've got upward firing speakers, which is a nice change. The usual ThinkPad keyboard. I believe it's got reduced travel, but it feels quite nice in my initial impressions. I'll obviously come back in the full review on how I get on with it. The trackpad feels like a glass trackpad. It's nice and smooth. It's not like the horrible plastic ones you get on some of the cheaper models. And then the usual think point and buttons for that below. At the top, we've got the camera privacy shutter still, so we can switch that on and off. It's quite easy to activate if the sticker's not in the way. So I think now we're going to fire it up and see what it looks like. Right, so we've just booted up into Windows. Take a quick look. This is obviously, as I said earlier on, the 1200p matte screen. It gets very bright. I've been really impressed with that so far. The speakers, in my just very brief use using around Windows, it sounds pretty good for like a business class notebook. The keyboard is great. Now, I'm not sure, the travel does feel like it's been reduced a little bit, but I'm sure it's a better type of experience than I had when I had the Lenovo X1 Nano. You've still got the sort of the compact keys on the right-hand side, but it felt quite nice typing on it, so I will spend a bit more time on that. Now, I've ordered the i7 model with 16 gigabytes of RAM because I was hoping that I might be able to use this for myself. I'm a bit disappointed there's no nano SIM card slot like it showed on the website. That's something I did plan to make use of, and it's something we'll have a look inside in a second. But other than that, the fans are not noisy so far, just installing Windows updates. They've like kicked on a little bit, but not too much. I haven't really tested out the performance of that yet. That will come in the full review. And I do like the port selection that you get with this. The X1 Nano with its just Thunderbolt 4 ports was a bit of a downside for me. I still like to be able to plug in mice and other USB peripherals, so I do need those still on an everyday device. Plus you've got the HDMI as well, which I do still find quite handy. Now in the full review, we're going to fully test this out properly, and I'm going to use the fingerprint scanner, and we're going to go right way through the works. But if you've got any questions, or if you'd like us to do anything for the full review, please pop that down in the comments down below. I'm going to shut this one down now and open it up, and let's look inside it. So I've just opened the laptop up. It's only 5 screws. They're captive, so you literally unscrew them and lift the lid off. It was quite easy to get off, just grabbed it at the back and popped it. Now, something we've noticed straight away. Now, I wanted to use a 4G cellular card, which I was going to install in this slot here. It has the nano SIM slot, but strangely, there is no micro SIM card like advertised on their website. So I will be contacting Lenovo to find out what on earth is going on there, because that's no good to me. And they haven't installed any cables for that either, so it's a bit of a pain really. What I might do is see if I could use that as an SD card slot instead, so we'll take a look at that. This model came with, I've got a 256GB SSD, which is under this copper plate. You'll see with this model, you've now got the 2 small fans rather than the single fan pumping out the side. And then the CPU under this nice plate here with one single pipe going across the 2 small fans, pumping the heat straight out the back, well, straight out through the display hinge. So here's our 56 watt-hour battery. A soldered on Wi-Fi card, so you won't be able to upgrade that if you're not happy with it in the future, or if you want to use it for, maybe a Hackintosh or something, you're stuck with that Wi-Fi card. And our down-firing speakers. So we can upgrade the SSD, but the RAM is soldered on, so there's really not a lot else we can do with the laptop. Okay, so first thoughts on the X1 Carbon Gen 9. The touchpad is great. The keyboard is still brilliant for a ThinkPad. I think they've reduced the travel a little bit, but it does feel better than the X1 Nano that I recently had. The screen is brilliant on this model, this 1200p matte screen. Been really impressed with that, and the speakers sound good. I know years ago when you bought a business class laptop, speakers were an afterthought, but these, you could get away with it. Listening to some actual music or a podcast on this one. Now we're going to use this for the next couple of days, and then we will be bringing out a full review. So please hit the like and the subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notifications bell if you want to be made aware of when we drop that review. And lastly, thank you for watching.